What if everything we think we know about the Sphinx is wrong? What if it's not 4,500 years old, but twice that age? And what if beneath its massive paws lie chambers and tunnels that could rewrite human history? Recent discoveries suggest the Sphinx is hiding secrets that challenge our understanding of ancient Egypt. For over a century, archaeologists have confidently dated the Great Sphinx to around 2500 BC, built during the reign of Pharaoh Khafre. But in 1990, something happened that shook the archaeological world to its core. Geologist Robert Schoch was examining the Sphinx when he noticed something that didn't make sense. The erosion patterns on the monument weren't caused by wind and sand, as everyone assumed. They were caused by water, massive amounts of it, flowing over the limestone for centuries. The problem? The Sahara has been bone dry for the last 5,000 years. There simply hasn't been enough rainfall to cause the deep, vertical erosion patterns Schoch observed. The type of weathering he documented could only have occurred during a period of intense, prolonged rainfall. When Schoch traced the erosion patterns, he made a startling discovery. The weathering was most severe at the top of the Sphinx and its surrounding walls, gradually becoming less pronounced toward the bottom. This is exactly what you'd expect from rainfall erosion, not flood damage from the Nile. Even more compelling, Schoch compared the Sphinx's erosion to other monuments at Giza that are definitively dated to the same period. Those structures showed only the sharp, angular erosion typical of wind and sand damage. The Sphinx was unique. Using seismic surveys, Schoch's team made another shocking discovery. The limestone beneath the Sphinx showed subsurface weathering, extending much deeper than would be possible if the monument had only been exposed for 4,500 years. The weathering patterns suggested the Sphinx had been carved from bedrock that had been exposed to the elements for thousands of years before the traditional construction date. This evidence pointed to an incredible conclusion. The Sphinx was carved sometime between 10,000 and 5,000 BC during the end of the last ice age, when Egypt experienced a much wetter climate. If true, it would mean the Sphinx predates the rise of pharaonic Egypt by thousands of years. For centuries, legends have persisted about secret chambers hidden beneath the Sphinx. Ancient writers like Pliny the Elder claimed that a king was buried inside the monument. But these were dismissed as myths until modern technology proved they might be true. In 1991, during Schoch's geological surveys, seismic testing revealed something extraordinary. The instruments detected a large rectangular chamber beneath the Sphinx's left paw, about 12 by 9 meters in size. The cavity appeared to be artificial, not a natural fissure in the rock. But that was just the beginning. Ground-penetrating radar scans have since detected multiple anomalies beneath and around the Sphinx. These include what appear to be tunnels, vertical shafts, and additional chambers. Some of these voids extend hundreds of feet underground. In 2017, scientists using advanced ground-penetrating radar made an even more startling discovery. They detected what appears to be a massive spiral staircase descending from the center of the Sphinx's base, leading to two large square chambers, one at 2,000 feet deep and another at 4,000 feet. Recent scans have revealed an entire underground network that some researchers believe could be part of a vast subterranean complex. The chambers appear to be connected by tunnels that extend far beyond the Sphinx itself, possibly linking to similar structures beneath the pyramids. What makes these discoveries even more mysterious is that Egyptian authorities have been extremely reluctant to allow full exploration of these chambers. Limited drilling attempts in the 1990s were abruptly halted, and access to many areas remains strictly controlled. The few explorations that have been permitted have yielded tantalizing clues. In 1998, a shaft was discovered west of the Sphinx that led to a flooded chamber containing what appeared to be a granite sarcophagus. But when the chamber was pumped dry and fully explored, it contained no artifacts or inscriptions that could explain its purpose. The discovery of chambers beneath the Sphinx has rekindled interest in one of archaeology's most persistent legends, the Hall of Records. This mythical repository supposedly contains the accumulated wisdom of a lost civilization, possibly Atlantis. The legend gained modern prominence through Edgar Cayce, a psychic known as the Sleeping Prophet. In the 1930s, Casey claimed that an underground hall near the Sphinx contained records of an advanced civilization that existed thousands of years before dynastic Egypt. He predicted this hall would be discovered before the end of the 20th century. While most archaeologists dismissed Casey's claims, the discovery of actual underground chambers has given the legend new life. The question is no longer whether there are hidden spaces beneath the Sphinx, but what they contain. Some researchers believe these chambers could hold answers to fundamental questions about human civilization. If the Sphinx is truly thousands of years older than previously thought, who built it? What level of sophistication did these ancient people possess? And what happened to them? The chambers could potentially contain artifacts, inscriptions, or other evidence that would revolutionize our understanding of prehistoric human development. They might explain how ancient people developed the engineering skills necessary to carve such a massive monument from solid bedrock. But there's another possibility that's even more intriguing. What if the chambers aren't storage rooms at all, but functional spaces? The sophisticated tunnel system detected by ground-penetrating radar suggests a level of engineering that rivals modern underground complexes. The spiral staircase leading to chambers thousands of feet underground implies a purpose that goes far beyond simple burial or storage. This type of construction would have required advanced knowledge of geology, hydrology, and structural engineering. The more scientists examine the Sphinx and its underground chambers, the more questions arise about ancient technological capabilities. The precision required to carve the monument itself challenges our assumptions about what ancient people could accomplish with primitive tools. The Sphinx was carved from a single piece of limestone bedrock, requiring the removal of thousands of tons of stone. The precision of the carving, particularly around the head and face, demonstrates sophisticated understanding of sculpture and engineering. The body shows evidence of advanced planning, with drainage systems built into the structure to channel water away from vulnerable areas. But the underground chambers represent an even greater technical challenge. Creating vertical shafts extending thousands of feet into bedrock would require advanced surveying, excavation techniques, and structural support systems. The chambers would need sophisticated ventilation and water management to remain usable. Recent analysis of the construction techniques has revealed another mystery. Some sections of the Sphinx show evidence of machine-like precision in the carving. Tool marks suggest the use of implements that could cut through limestone with consistent, repeating patterns, something that would be extremely difficult to achieve with hand tools. The underground tunnel system, if it exists as the scans suggest, would represent one of the most sophisticated ancient engineering projects ever discovered. The ability to excavate chambers at such depths while maintaining structural integrity suggests knowledge of geology and engineering that wouldn't be formally developed until modern times. Even more puzzling is the apparent integration of the Sphinx with the broader Giza complex. Recent surveys suggest that the underground chambers may connect to similar spaces beneath the pyramids, creating a vast subterranean network. This level of coordinated planning and construction would require organizational capabilities that challenge our understanding of ancient Egyptian society. Despite decades of tantalizing discoveries, full exploration of the Sphinx's underground chambers has been consistently blocked by Egyptian authorities. This has led to speculation about what officials might be trying to protect or hide. The Egyptian government's position is that they're protecting the monument from damage and preserving it for future generations. They argue that unlimited excavation could compromise the structural integrity of the Sphinx and surrounding monuments. There's legitimate concern that drilling and exploration could cause irreparable harm to one of humanity's most important archaeological treasures. But critics point out that the same authorities have allowed extensive restoration work and even controversial drilling projects in other areas of Giza. They question why underground exploration is treated so differently, especially when non-invasive scanning techniques could provide valuable information without risking damage. Some researchers believe the reluctance stems from what the chambers might reveal. If the Sphinx is truly thousands of years older than currently accepted, it would require a complete revision of Egyptian chronology and our understanding of ancient civilization's development. Such a discovery could have profound implications beyond archaeology. It might challenge religious and historical narratives that have shaped human culture for millennia. The existence of an advanced prehistoric civilization could force us to reconsider fundamental assumptions about human progress and development. The political and economic implications are also significant. Egypt's tourism industry depends heavily on the current historical narrative. Radically changing the accepted timeline of Egyptian civilization could have unpredictable effects on everything from tourist expectations to international cultural relationships. Recent technological advances have made it possible to explore these chambers without causing damage. Ground-penetrating radar, seismic surveys, and other non-invasive techniques could provide detailed information about what lies beneath the Sphinx. The question is whether authorities will allow such exploration and whether they'll share whatever is discovered. The Sphinx stands as a sentinel guarding secrets that could change everything we think we know about human history, whether it's 4,500 or 10,000 years old. Whether its underground chambers contain ancient treasures or advanced technology. One thing is certain, this monument still has stories to tell. The question is whether we're ready to hear them.